Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, what is up, guys? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day, whatever is applicable to you. Welcome. Today, oh no, first of all, this is me, Zero Kills, and today I'm going to show you quite possibly one of the best experiences I've had with solo queue rank, and it's pretty amazing because it's not something that I would expect in the first place. Like, this is Epic 2 ranked. But before everything else, just like you guys to know that I am live streaming sometimes, and that's my username right there, Zero Kills with a zero, not an O. Just follow me, and yeah, I always have my live stream on now whenever I'm ranking, just so people can probably watch if they want to. And so for today, it's going to be a replay in a rank game, just the most recent one. And right off the bat, you can notice that I was actually kind of nervous when I first saw this match because I was like, damn, there's like five of them, KOS, um, one clan, and it's just me in a solo queue environment, right? Like, look at the squad tags and look at the clan tags of some of the people that I'm with, and it's pretty much obvious that the odds are probably stacked against us, right? So I get retribution because that's how I roll, like proxy waves and stuff. And for some reason, everybody actually knows what to do. Like, I was pretty happy when this happened. Like, first and seconds of the game, and everybody's already moving. But here's the catch. See, everybody stands here at the blue, but not in this bush, not in this bush right here, because we need to like get them into a false sense of security that we're not going to be doing anything, right? And then for some amazing hook, like, I think his only reason actually, Franco's only goal was to hook the the blue buff probably, and then we would steal it, right? But for some reason he gets the what do you call this, the Fanny instead, and we get an easy kill. So right off the bat, we do have a significant lead. If you look at the gold score, it's like 2-7 and 2-1, and that's kind of the reason why after getting the kill, I immediately go to counter jungle in a bit, and then Moskov actually follows us here, which is pretty amazing once again. And it's funny because the Eudora was actually scared right there. But the thing is, we were like so ahead of the initial trade anyway. Like, we got level 2 and level 3. So we just do our thing, right? I move and I complete my attacks and dash. We try to finish off the clit to no avail. That's just me try to reset my dasher's cooldown by finishing the knockups. First kill. And so now it's like a battle to level 4 pretty much, because even though we got an early lead, it's not, it's not enough to completely convince me that this game is one-sided, right? It could still go anyway. So I get level 4. I think I got rapid boots just for the move speed, because us getting level 4 ahead of a majority of them is actually really good, because that means we can sort of gank and stuff. But I head back to this lane just so that I don't get to miss out on so much EXP, because nobody was at middle lane anymore. Like, for some reason, like, we weren't even chatting. I wasn't even talking to any of the guys on my team. Like, we just pretty much functioned as one coherent unit. Like, if somebody signaled for like an exclamation point in a certain part of the map, everybody would pretty much be there in a bit. Um, for this one, I kind of mess up my dash and knockups. Like, no excuses there. It was just me being rusty. So I go back to base, and again, see, even if I'm not really contributing anything to the team fights yet, my team's really holding on their own, like, very solid, in a very solid manner. But it's pretty insane how, like, the lead that we initially had from like 700 gold or so dwindled down to like 200 or 300 now. So right there, you could kind of see that as much as we had an early lead, it was slowly dwindling down, and we really had to like get everything back up as soon as possible because keep in mind we're like five in a solo queue and we're fighting against a clan. I think the only reason why I survived right there, even though I had like a bad engage, was because of the HP item, the 600 one that also does 1% damage per second. And that was pretty much it. If I didn't buy that item, I would have died. But it's all good because I was able to like kick the saber back. I used my dash there thinking I could evade the turtle's projectile, but it didn't work. So I am kind of low at this point, like the 45% or so HP, 40%. And I'm debating whether I should go back or just contribute, right? Because I do have my ultimate up at this point. And when you're tank chow, that's all you pretty much just need to do. Like get in, stun somebody up or two, and then kick somebody back out. But you do realize that the more we spend trying to gank, the more they get pushed, and the more that we lose out on so much experience. And that's kind of why like our initial lead at the start of the game was kind of slowly dwindling down. Because if you notice, even if we're 0-3, the gold difference is actually just very small. It's only 800 at this point. So, like, anybody can do anything. And then we get a lucky kill on the Tigreal. And I'm back to doing my thing, just attacking the creeps. And I notice that they're kind of like at middle. So I just go there just to be physically present. Just to thwart like any attempts they might have on the Moskov. Moskov does an excellent job of like knowing when to go back, and it's not something that you see from most people who play the game anyway. And this is just me trying to like get ready for a fight if ever. I noticed the Fanny was kind of overextended, so she's pretty much on her own. And I try to zone out everybody as well. And then I get hit, but it's okay because I have so much HP at this point. So I don't really mind if I get hit. Like you see, like I just run out after I do my thing, and then I wait until I can get back in. Like even if I had this less HP at this point, it didn't really bother me because once again, I do have a significant amount of HP with the initial 600 gold purchase. Like just that alone is enough to like give me enough confidence. Like even if I had no cooldown reduction and whatnot, like no armor items, it just gave me enough bravado to actually think that I could probably still contribute to a fight if things go like out of hand. So now I have Curse Helmet, and part of the reason why I actually got it was not because of the magic resist. Like the Cyclops wasn't actually an issue at this point. He only had an enchanted talisman, no boots at all. So I was like, if he tries to go in, he would die. Like he could use his first skill all day, but his second skill requires him to get close, and that's where I will be like ready to counterattack. Again, we're back at just dancing back and forth. Nothing's happening. I'm just trying to clear the waves. Um, you do get a lot of gold when you do stuff like this, like when you wait for the waves to build up before you actually try to clear them near the turret. And then I noticed that my Franco, Saber, and Moskov are trying to engage, so I kind of cut off all the other escapes. Let's see, we're 1-8, right? But it's pretty insane how like this pretty much just goes down to the wire. And and it was pretty much a 4-4-4-5. Like four of my teammates died for five of them, and you would imagine that stuff like that shouldn't really happen because we have like now at this point an 8 kill lead. But nope, it was still a pretty close fight, and that's kind of one of the disadvantages of Tangsha really. Like if you're ever put in a situation where you're the only one standing and all your teammates are dead, none of the usual tank Chou builds will do anything because he's like a sitting duck after his cooldowns are blown off, and he doesn't really do enough damage when he builds tanky. But anyway, so we do come out of that ahead. People spam well played to each other just to like keep morale up. But at this point, I'm still concerned because again, it's a 5 man, and Franco gets a really nice hook there, and I'm like, yeah, we got him. And then I just the fact that I was standing there, getting hit by Clint is okay, decent, I guess. Because when you think about it, the more I'm getting hit by Clint, the more that means that he's not hitting other targets. So I go in and I almost die, but I don't. Not because physical emblems are the best. Like I think I level 52 or 53 at that point, and I had 200 extra HP from the emblems. And for some reason, I didn't know what to buy with like 500 gold, so I just got three health region pendants, and that actually went for a long way to keeping me alive as well. It was so funny. Like it was such a bad purchase at that time. I should have just gotten the components for like dominance ice at this point, but whatever. So you might be asking why I'm getting dominance ice on a Chou, right? The reason why is because at this point I still don't have any cooldown reduction. Like blade armor is nice and all, but when you think about it, um, you can't really. Blade armor's passive doesn't work if you don't get damaged, and that's the thing that with Chow's second skill in ultimate. While I'm using that, I don't really get damaged, so it's kind of a waste of passive for blade armor when you think about it. Um, our saber at top is actually pretty decent as well because he figured out that the Fanny was gonna try to split push, so he teleported back because he wasn't really needed at that point. Franco gets a nice hook. I get first aggro on the tower, but I was able to dodge out anyway. I'm still trying to get ready for the next move, if ever. I see that there's a Fanny involved, so like I try to put her at, with as much distance as possible from my Moskov because a good Fanny can always assassinate anybody. In hindsight, Fanny was gonna die anyway, so I probably should have just focused on keeping my other carries alive instead of just Moskov. But again, when I'm up against 5 mans and one of them is a Fanny, and they have like a very good team comp, I don't I don't really plan on ever underestimating them. It doesn't matter if we have like 13 kills ahead of them, and apparently it's a 7k gold lead. Like for me, as long as it's a 5 man, I should be very careful. So I kind of signal for everybody else that I was just following this Lord call, by the way, but I was signaling to everybody that this was kind of risky, but I still went with it anyway. Not because like it was the right play, so to speak, but because I'm a team player, and like if my teammates want me to go for Lord, as reluctant as I am, I will go for it, like with them. Because a bad call that is followed is always better than a good shot call that is never followed by people. So at this point, we're still functioning as that coherent unit that I was talking to you about. Franco, whenever Franco hooks, right, I'm always just preparing my second skill already. Doesn't matter if he gets one or not. And then for some reason, I got really lucky there because I was in way too over my head, but I was able to target the Tigreal, which was coincidentally pulled back by the Franco. So if you saw that in the combo, I actually traveled very, very far from danger, like from danger into safety. And I do have like very little health, but I'm just trying to see if the game could be closed out already. And yeah, apparently it could be. So part of the reason why I'm actually sharing this replay is because in solo queue, it's very, very rare to have situations like this. So like shout outs to all my teammates, dude. Like in Epic 2 right now. I think this was what I'm not sure like what day it was. Let me check. Thursday, April 13th. So like a few 2 or 3 weeks after the reset. Mm. So yeah, there you have it. Pretty much, we beat a 5-man clan with a team of solo queue people. Mostly because of not because like mostly because of teamwork, but hey, I'll show you the damage charts. It's pretty insane. Like our Moskov did the most out of all everybody else. Pretty much like it was almost like our tactic for this match. Like we never spoke, but it was like the unspoken rule basically was to keep Moskov protected at all times because he would be the one to carry our team, and in fact he did. So